morning, students. In this video, I am going to tell you about clean room technology and clean room concept. As far as IC fabrication is being concerned, it is one of the important aspects. As you know that your IC fabrication is having specialized needs and requirements. So it is not possible to keep your yield at the higher level without following your clean room technology and clean room conditions. So in this video, I'm going to introduce about clean room. What are the various contamination types which hinder your good yield in IC fabricated? Then what are the problems that are associated with contamination? What are various sources? And the last but not the least is general sources of contamination. So the book I am following is Semiconductor Materials, Devices and Fabrications, Parsuraman Swaminathan. Clean room contamination. So as far as IC fabrication is being concerned, yield improvement is the biggest challenge in integrated circuit fabrication. What is yield improvement? How many ICs get perfectly better operating things amongst the IC fabricated? That is called yield. So if conditions are not being met as far as clean room is concerned, your yield may go down. So that is the biggest challenge. Second thing is that process is focused on producing a wafer with a yielding a die that works according to the IC specification. So it is not being done in a simplest manner. We are actually creating a die. You are already familiar with the concept die. Die is to make a, what we can say, specified dimension thing and just putting on the IC. So that is being done through several processes. We are about to discuss this in the coming classes. So this is the first thing. So that is being done on the wafer. So wafer is silicon based, and in that wafer you are actually getting a small sector based things called ICs. So once that has been obtained, yield steadily increases. So that's the thing. You are doing die, and that will help you to get very good yield. The limiter of yield is usually wafer contamination in the fab. So if your wafer is being contaminated by dust particle or maybe some other source, which we are going to discuss in the coming slides, then your yield will go down. Number of ICs not working according to the requirements will be less. So this has become even more important now since device dimensions are currently in the nanometer range. So in nanometer range, you are working. So if your dust particles or something contaminants are in this range, so they are definitely creating the problem. So what is clean room technology? It is being basically designed to minimize the contamination so that number of contaminants in the fabrication area is less. So a particle between two metal lines can cause shorting of electrical signals. So suppose you are having metal tracks. This is one metal track, this is second metal track. And unfortunately, you are having some metal line falling on this. So what happens? It will short. So it is in nanometer range. So it is in the falls in the range of contamination. So it is definitely going to affect the electrical signal. So sometimes it gives you an open circuit or short circuit. So particle on surfaces can cause errors in lithography by interfering with the masking process. So we are about to discuss in this in the coming slides. Lithography means you are having a mask, and below that you are having area. So when light falls on this, the area under this mask will be unexposed. But if some contaminant is being added to this mask, what happens? This is giving you the structure which is not required. So that is the problem as far as your contamination is being concerned. So as the device dimension shrinks, the minimum dimensions of these defect particles also shrink. You have seen in the beginning lectures that your devices are being continuously shrinking right from micrometer. These days we are working to nanometer. So now your dust particles or whatever ions maybe there, they are in their particular range. So they are definitely causing some sort of problem. So by clean room, we actually try to minimize the chances of contamination. So here you can see these are two metal lines, and we are going to discuss just this thing, that how actually things are getting worsened by your contaminant. So these are two metal lines. So if something is there like this, so this is going to reduce your width of metal line, so it is actually increasing the resistance. Similarly, if you are getting a conductive particle overlapping your two metals, so this is actually shorting the two things. Sometimes this is your oxide layer and this is your top, this is base substrate. So what happens, some particle is there in between that, so it is actually shorting the top layer with the bottom layer, and it is getting your surface being penetrated. So that is the problem with your contaminants. So these are to be minimized when you are actually working with your clean room. So these are typical sizes of common contaminants on wafers. So here you can see sometimes smoke particle is there. The size of the smoke particle is 6.35 microns or something like that. Here you can see. So this is your human hair. This is size of the human hair. So if falls on the chip, so that is again creating a problem. Then if we talk about dust particle, this is your size of the dust particle, this is in inches. And then your fingerprint. So fingerprint is also carrying some dust. So if you're putting wafer is very transparent thing. You will see in the coming lectures about wafers. So here you can see that if you are touching the wafer without gloves and all, so that is actually providing some sort of contamination on the wafer. So that is again a problem. So what are the various contaminant types that are giving you problems as far as fabrication is being concerned? So number one contaminant is your particles. So it can be dust particle or something like that. Second is your metal ions from various processes. Then chemicals you are using in your day-to-day activities. You are going into the fab lab without proper PPE kit and your masks and all. So you are getting your wafer exposed to these things. So you are supposed to take care of that in clean room environment. So that's why clean room environment is very important. Then sometimes airborne molecular contaminants, viruses are there. So that's again a problem. So they are all are this contamination creating problems, and we are now looking forward for various sources from where they came from. So this is all the dimensions of various kinds of things you will find out. So here you can see metallurgical dust. So it can be from 100 micrometer to 0.001 micrometer. Then tobacco smoke is from 0.01 micrometer to 0.5 micrometer. Aerosols, your cement dust, insecticide dust, then human hair diameter and all. So they fall in a wide range of 0.001 micrometer to 500 micrometer. So the units are microns. So clean room classifications are based on maximum size of particles that are filtered. So we will be discussing that in the coming slides. So smaller clean number means better. So if we talk that we are working in class 1, then it is better since it means the maximum allow size is smaller. So this will be discussed in the coming slides. So this slide is basically to give you the idea that what are the various contaminants and what is their size. So the presence of contaminants can cause three major effects. Device yield. This is already being discussed, that if some contaminant is on the wafer in a what we can say critical area, this is definitely giving you electrical failure and all. So that need to be avoided. Also sometimes device performance is being severely affected. So that is again the issue. And last is device reliability. So what happens, it may leads to device failure once it is out in the market. So that is again an issue. So these things need to be taken care of. So that's why clean room is being recommended as far as IC fabrication is being concerned. Now, in this slide, I'm going to discuss with you about general sources of contamination. So, what are the general source of contamination? It can be air, it can be fabrication facility which we are using. It is having in this area some sort of problems as far as dust is being concerned. Then other thing is clean room personnel. If I'm entering into the fab lab and there I'm not having a proper attire, so like PP kit and gloves and mask and all, so that's again the problem and maybe a source of contamination. Then the water I'm using, chemicals I'm using, or gas I'm using in various processes, so they contain contamination sources. So again, they are creating the problem. Last but not the least is static charge. When we are actually working in a clean room, so what happens if we are having some charge in our gloves and all, or we are touching one wafer another wafer, so that gives you some sort of charge in the IC. So that is definitely giving you some sort of problem. Last but not the last thing is process equipment. The equipment I'm using continuously and not taken caring care of the various things like your proper cleaning after every process. That is also giving you some sort of contamination. So whenever we talk about clean room, we always take care of what are the sources and how we can actually minimize them. So this is the slide, and here you can find out on the x-axis, this is particle size from 0.5 to 100 micrometer, and on y-axis you will find out number of particles that is being allowed. So when we talk about class 1, so if in class 1 your 1 micrometer particles are allowed but not more than 35. So if in a given cubic meter, foot or cubic meter of area, oh sorry, volume of the room, you take a sample, and if number of particles are less than 35 of this size, then it is called class 1. Similarly, when you talk about your 5 micrometer size and you're having 350 particles, then it is called class 10. And then if you move to the class 100, your size of the particle is 10 micrometer and 3500 particles are there in a given area, then it is called class 100. So question may arise, which one is best? So the smaller is best. So if we want everything to be class 1, but to keep thing class 1, cost is involved. High efficiency particulate filters is being included. HEPA filters are included, which don't allow anything to come through that. Other thing which can be in class 1 is human movement is minimal. Everything is with the help of robots and your automatic machines, because when there is movement with the help of machines, the dust particle generated is minimum. And also the environment need to be cleared after every process so that this can be maintained. So once again, I'm repeating this thing, that class 1 is the type in which your maximum particle size is 1 micrometer and number of particles that are being allowed is 35. Class 10 is 350 particles of 5 micrometer are allowed, and it goes on this. So which one is best? The smaller, the better. This is the thing. So this gives you ambient clean room air, and it actually helps you to get a better thing. So when you talk about room, the room in which I'm taking the class or you might be attending the class, the particle size may be more than 100 micrometer and dust count is quite higher. So while in hospital the classroom will be different, and then in your industry it is being different, in pharma it is being different requirement, in fabrication lab it is being the different requirement. So it depends upon the process to process, by which you can get a better thing as far as your cleanliness or contamination is to be avoided. So this is the just a picture of clean room where fabrication is being actually done. You can see that people are having PPE kits with masks and all, and proper gloves and things. So shoes, even shoes and all. So you can find out the videos on YouTube where you can find out how they are getting ready when they are enter into the clean room or the fabrication lab. So why it is being required? So that things are being under control and contaminants should be minimum. So although this topic is to be done after the course, but I make it a thing that usually it should be in the beginning so that you can get the idea what are the various contaminants, what is clean room and all. So that's why I'm starting from this particular topic, clean room. And I hope you get some good idea what clean room is, what are the various sources which are making your room to have some sort of contaminants, and what are the various processes, what are the various sources by which you are getting such contaminants. And last but not the least, you will get some idea about the class in which your clean room to be is there. So the smaller the better is the fundamental, but only thing that is of importance is when you are looking for class 1, it is actually increasing the cost of your clean room, and that's why ICs are quite costly due to such stringent requirements. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the learning, and if you have any doubts, you are always welcome to share your doubts with me.